Hey everyone, and welcome to the Business Idea Insight YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over why starting a side business is actually more beneficial than starting your business and jumping into it full time and quitting your job. There are so many reasons why you should actually stay in a side business, and it's actually going to lead to your longer success in the long run. You're going to be able to sustain your business longer, and so many other things we're going to jump into here today. Why you should start a side business instead of jumping full-time into things is that you can lower the risk involved. Entrepreneurship and creating businesses is all about the risk-reward trade-off. How much risk are you willing to take in order to get that potential reward? That's a question all entrepreneurs ask themselves. And when you start a side business, you're able to keep that risk much lower. The first reason is because you'll have a steady income that can still pay for your shelter, the lights that you have, the food that you need, the water that you need to drink, without having to worry where this money is going to come from your side business. If you have a good, stable job, you'll be able to still receive your benefits, and that could still really be beneficial to you yourself and your family as you move forward with your business. The second point why it reduces risk, it allows you to work longer without making a profit. Now, as I mentioned before, a huge reason why businesses fail is because they don't have that cash flow to take them all the way to when they're profitable and when they can actually take a salary out of the business. So they're forced to close down unnecessarily. But when you start a side business, you're able to forgo profits much longer in order for longer-term success. You're really able to focus on that long-term vision you have, and you can still pay the bills and you can still fund your business if you run it on the side with a full-time job. So that can really reduce the risk. You'll have continuous money and investment for your startup. There's so many new and aspiring entrepreneurs I see, and they're always bombarding other big name entrepreneurs like Gary Vee, Elon Musk, Richard Branson for investment and to invest in their business idea. But in reality, that's not going to happen. If you just have an idea, no one's going to invest in it. And I'll be talking about that in another video. That's a different conversation. But when you have a continuous income from your job, you're able to take that income and continually invest it into your business. So you don't have the excuses of, I can't afford the business license to start this and register the company, or I don't have the $50 in ad spend to try and validate this idea online, or I don't have the resources to go out and survey people to validate this idea or even start it. When you have a full-time job and you're starting a side business, that you can sort of prioritize the money coming in from your full-time job and see if there's ways you can reduce your spending on that morning coffee so you can input that savings into your new venture. There are always unexpected costs when you're starting a business. If you're new, something's always going to come up related to the industry you're entering or even to the business idea itself that you're going to end up having to pay for. Now, the third major point here is lower startup costs. Now, this isn't always the case, but when you're starting a side business, it can really be the reality. So if you're looking to lower your startup costs, instead of starting a full-time business where you have potentially a salary to pay for yourself, overhead costs such as retail space or a building or even office space, and you might even have employees that you'll want to hire when you're going full-time. But if you start a side business, you're able to do things all from the comfort of your own home. You save on things like rent, new laptops and computers, as you can probably use your home computer. All the office supplies, as you probably have some paper laying around your house you can use. So when you start a side business, you can start it a lot smaller. And you're not starting a business to the caliber of a full-time startup would be. So your initial startup costs will be lower. You don't have to pay for those year subscriptions. You can try a month and test it out. And if it doesn't work, it's okay, because it's just a side business and you can always make quick little pivots and you don't have to invest too much. So when you start a full-time business, you can really get burnt out and you can really spend a lot more money because you're not always doing everything yourself, because you might want to scale it quicker, you might want to outsource it faster, get other people involved, so your costs can rise and you don't end up doing a lot of the business tasks and things that need to be done yourself, which could save you a huge amount of money in the beginning. You know, for instance, there are many startups that have started at home and on the side from entrepreneurs who wanted to build an app but didn't know how to code. So instead of paying someone that fee, they took it upon themselves to learn after work about how they can code a mobile app that would satisfy the the characteristics and the prototype that they're wanting to build for their company. So the fourth main reason here why starting a side business is much more beneficial than a full-time thing is that you have a higher chance of success. Now, I touched on this earlier, but so many startups, I'll say this again, so many startups fail in the beginning because they don't have enough money. They either didn't raise enough money in the beginning to take them to and fulfill their whole plan, or they didn't even consider that they would need that amount of money to take them there, or they just didn't even have the initial investment that would really start their business off to a good start. See, when you reduce the risk and you have lower startup costs, you have a higher chance of success. And you can do both these by just starting a side business instead of taking it full time, because you can run things from your home. You can take your full-time income and shuffle some of that to your side business to fund things, giving you ultimately a longer runway to work unprofitably, test your business, pivot, build your products, and find a solution that really resonates with the market. Many people, they do all that only to find a solution that resonates with the market right a month before they ran out of money. And that can be devastating as an entrepreneur. You don't want to have to go through that. So if you start a side business, you can reduce your risk, you can lower your startup costs, and you can learn the business much more extensively by doing everything yourself. So there's some huge benefits why you should really consider starting a side business instead of going full-time. And although the goal may be to take your business full-time, I highly recommend, as a new or aspiring entrepreneur like yourself, that you should take the time and start it on the side. You'll have more security, you'll have more peace of mind, and it will allow you to build your skill set as a new or aspiring entrepreneur without stressing every single night in bed about how you're going to come up with the money, how you're going to pay your employees, how you're going to turn a profit even too. All these things can keep you up at night if you're running a business full time. Heck, they can still keep you up if you're running a business on the side, but you have a much more flexible and lean way in regards to how you'll fund your business, because you can use some of your income and take it towards your side business. So I hope that really helped answer any questions you guys had about the benefits of starting a side business. I know it's going to be really beneficial if you guys start a business on the side instead of going to full-time. So if you want to subscribe, we're going to be talking all about new side business ideas, side business strategies, and how you can start a side business too. So make sure you subscribe, and you can head over to businessideainsight.com if you're looking for more information too. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time.